If you have a roommate or had a roommate, I'm gonna give you something to send them, okay? So, ready? Clip this. I hate the way that you breathe when you walk down the hall. I hate the way that your footsteps sound. I hate the way that you eat. I hate the way that you sleep. I hate the way that you come in the house. I hate the way that you unlock the door. And I hope that after we're not roommates anymore and I don't despise you as a human being, that we can be cool again. So as a person that had roommates for 3 years, there's a lot that goes into having roommates. It's exhausting. You got to deal with other people's stuff, their mess, their people that they bring over, their friends. They say don't be roommates with your friends, but I'm not going to be roommates with a stranger. But now I've lost all my friends because I was roommates with them and we all hate each other. So no, but for real, I obviously enjoyed having roommates. It is a good time. You know, you get to live with your boys. You know, they're just a little messy, and I just hate the way that they drink the milk straight out of the fridge, out of the jug. Anyways, I've gotten over it though. I don't remember these things, you know, I've moved past them. I want to beat the shit out of them for doing that. But luckily I can forgive them. We're all growing as human beings and adults, and sometimes we make mistakes. You know, I'm sure I did some shit that they don't like, and that's okay. You know, we forgive, we move on, we move out from living with each other, and we become friends again. But sometimes you can't forgive and you can't forget and you can't move on because roommates can be diabolical. I've seen roommates that I think have spawned from the ashes of hell. I'm convinced some of you guys are living with horror movie characters. You guys are going to be on a true crime documentary, and you guys just think it's funny. Some of you guys are just like, oh, look, my roommate, he cuts pieces of his fingers off and puts them in the fridge. It's not funny. There's something wrong with them. Today we're going to look at some other people's awful roommates though. So if you do have a roommate, this might make you feel better about your guys' connection, living relationship. You might appreciate them a little bit more because I'm sure they're not as bad as some of these people. So make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you're not already, and yeah, let's get into this shit. Reminiscing on when I came home to this on the thermostat. 90 degrees. 90 degrees is insane. Y'all, can we not do this? We're gonna wake up dehydrated. Bundle up with blankets or something, but this is an unsustainable temperature for an AC unit. Okay, first of all, wake up dehydrated? How the fuck are you even going to sleep? How are you going to sleep? I can't fall asleep if it's 79. I'm sweating my ass off. I love how they end it with like, hey, it's gonna fuck up the AC unit. Oh, the AC unit, you know, I'm really into AC units and shit, and I always read that it can't be too hot. It's unsustainable for the make and model of our AC unit. Can't be doing that. Just completely put the blame on the AC unit. This is the shit I would do though. I'd be like, oh, hey man, you actually can't leave all the dishes in the sink because it's unsustainable for the sink, because the sink needs to be empty for the water to flow around it and give it a vortex of water that can then go down the drain and clear the drains out. So you're actually fucking up the whole ecosystem of the environment that we live in. Hey, yo, why is that 90? Literally an insane temp. I didn't even know this shit could get that high. So there's 4 people in this chat, and 3 people so far, the person saying it and 2 people replied, have said how crazy this is. And you know, whoever that 4th person there is sitting there like, fuck. Okay, so listen, if you guys don't have a roommate yet, you're thinking about getting a roommate, one of the first questions you need to ask them is about the temperature. Because I used to get in arguments with my roommates all the time. We live in Arizona. It's 115 degrees outside right now. So you have to make it cold, right? But sometimes there's too cold. There's too cold. If you don't have money like that, which we didn't have money like that, we're 21 years old. I don't have $500 to throw at the air conditioning. You gotta, find a little compromise in the middle, take some clothes off. Maybe you go shirtless. You don't need to keep a hoodie on and put the temperature to 50. That's what they would do. They would do that shit. They put a hoodie on in the middle of summer, 120 fucking degrees, and then they turn the temperature to 50 and say, oh, it's a little hot. Maybe take your fucking hoodie off. Sorry. He's not gonna watch this shit, so just don't send it to him or anything. I'm name dropping out here. Let's blur that shit out. Yeah, let's blur that out. But there needs to be a compromise. So you need to ask your roommates, because if they like it really fucking cold and you don't, or they like to put the heat on, we never put the heat on out here. You don't need the heat, even in the winter. Then you put your hoodie on. You know what I mean? But one of the first questions anyone should ask a potential roommate is about the AC. But 90 is disgusting. 90 is foul. You don't need to turn it up that high. Put 4 hoodies on before you turn it on to 90. It's insane. How my last roommate left his room. No, there's no way. Holy fucking natty ices. Was your last roommate an alcoholic? Is he dead? Honestly, impressive, no? It's a little impressive. That many natty ices? If I walked in my roommate's room and he had that many natty ices in there, I'm dapping him up. Leaving the room like that is just such a power move. Like when you get kicked out or you have to move out and it's on bad terms, you just cover the room in cans of natty ice. That room must smell insane. Just try and Get a little whiff. Just trying to imagine it. Oh god, it probably smells like shit. Welcome to the Great Wall of Piss. Welcome to the Great Wall of Piss. Oh hell no. Oh no, that is not real. I couldn't piss in a bottle if I needed to. Have you ever been on a road trip and there's like no bathrooms and you're like, I need to pee, and someone's like, oh, pee in the bottle? I could not do that. I can't, dude. I'm like pee shy. I can't do it. First of all, my aim is not that good. All right, I'm not Chris Kyle. I'm not the American Sniper. You want me to get it in a Mountain Dew bottle? Not happening. This is fucking disgusting. Now imagine what this room smells like. What I want to know though is, what is in that bag? What's in that bag? Is that a shit bag? What? There's no way there's piss in the bag. So what's in the bag? We've got some gloves right there just in case shit gets a little too messy. This guy needs to be sent to an island far, far away. The fact that he also isn't just like pissing in it and just like putting it on the floor. He's like built shelves for it, you know? He's like, I'm gonna piss in it and I'm gonna put it up. He's like, I don't have any medals, you know? I don't do any sports. I never really won anything in life, so piss wall it is. Great wall of piss. Roommate set room on fire at 2 a.m. First of all, what is going on this desk? There's an interesting collection of stuff, but let's read what happened first. LOL, the fire alarm went off for 20 minutes. Thought nothing of it since they had done it before for 12 hours due to water damage, but this time there was no rain. Hopped up once I smelled smoke. Roommate lives downstairs directly under my room. Wasn't a crazy fire, but God was it smoky once I opened the door. LA Fire Department had to bring a giant fan and air it out. It's a silly situation, but could have ended badly since we all ignored it for half an hour. Kind of scary they're lighting anything on fire in this clusterfuck, LMAO. It doesn't sound like he's like mad enough, you know what I mean? He's just like,
Dude, like, yeah, I was just like chilling and shit, like the fire alarm always be going off, and yeah, like my roommate lives below me, smells smoke. We went down there, we just like dapped each other up, and like we like did a little rain dance to try and put the fire out, and it didn't work. So yeah, no, kind of scary though that they're lighting stuff up in here.
Who's burning food at 2:30 a.m.? I smell smoke. I checked the kitchen and nothing's there. Don't know. Shit, go inside my room, please. I left my candle on. I got it out. Cool. Sorry, forgot I left my candle on for my saints. Shit, dude. Fuck. Cool. Yeah, man. Thanks, man. Yeah, I forgot I left the candle on for my saints and shit. So, is like, are my saints cool? Are they good? Yeah, dude, your room's just on fire, but it's all good, man. We fixed it. Roommate dumps food on my belongings. See, that's what I'm saying. You guys think this is funny. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, my roommate's so silly, dumping my food on my belongings. No, your roommate is a psychopath. I live in a graduate student housing at a university. I was paired randomly with 3 roommates, one of which has been stealing our food, and the rest of us have all addressed it with her. We let her know that we're happy to share, but please ask. It, however, keeps happening, and I said if it continues, I would report to housing. I never did, and it was fine for a few weeks. Just a few days ago, I start seeing my makeup and skincare in our common sink area just on the floor, and ramen in my sink. Today I found it over my shoes. I checked with my roommate and the other 2 have said it's not them and they weren't home during the time it happened either. The one in question hasn't said anything. Just ramen noodles in the sink. Like, what is she doing? Just making ramen noodles and just throwing them all over this girl's stuff? She's like drawing with it too. She's like, put it in the sink and then like her hands are greasy and she's like, oh, big fuck you on your fucking mirror. That's fucked. They're in the boots. That means she's got to reach in there to get the ramen noodles out. It looks like she chewed them up over here too and just fucking spat them out. My roommate bites her butter, then drops it on the pan when she cooks. Like she's feeding a baby bird. Oh, that looks foul. That looks disgusting. Hey man, you want a grilled cheese? Yeah, let me just get the butter. Yeah, no, dude, you're good. I got you. It's got to get the oil, you know? The only reason I can think of her doing this, right? Let's pretend we're on her side for a second. Maybe she lived with a roommate one time that was always stealing her butter. And she was like, what is a way that I can counter this while still having butter? All right, the last one. Housemate pooped his pants and dragged them over the banister outside his room. It's not fucking real. There's no way. Oh my God. Did he poop them or did he fucking explode in them? Oh my God. What is wrong with him? There's no way. That's not just pooping your pants. You purposely just shat yourself. You don't just, if you poop your pants, it's like, oh, you go for a fart maybe, and, you know, a little poop comes out. It's like, oh, like, I gotta change my pants, my underwear is that is like through your underwear, through the pants, fucking explosion. Disgusting. So, now that we've made ourselves feel better about any roommates that we may have had, or we might have right now, you know, there's always a positive side to your situation, so don't forget that. It could always be worse. I appreciate all the support recently, guys. We are at like 230 subscribers. Again, road to 300. Let's get there. All right, make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe. Follow me on all the socials. They'll be at the end of the video, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!